If your dog sleeps this close to you after 50, there's a reason almost nobody talks about. And it's not just comfort, not just warmth, not even affection in the simple way most people imagine. Something shifts in your relationship with your dog as you age. Something quiet but powerful. And your nighttime routine reveals more about it than any conversation ever could. When a dog chooses how close to sleep, they're not picking a spot randomly. They're speaking in the only language they know, one built from instinct, memory, scent, and an understanding of you that runs deeper than you think. Because once you hit 50, your dog notices things you don't even notice about yourself. The slower breath, the softer routine, the night when your mind won't settle. They feel it all, long before you ever say a word. And that's where the real reason begins. You may think your dog curls against you because they adore you, and of course they do. But that's not the whole truth. Dogs don't sleep close just for love. They sleep close for protection. Not only protecting you, but protecting the connection between you. The older you get, the more predictable you become. Sounds, habits, steps across the room, the way you sit, the way you lie down, the way you breathe when you're tired. Dogs don't love surprises. They love patterns. They trust what they can predict. And when your rhythm becomes familiar, steady, unchanging, they anchor themselves to it. Your presence is their stability, and your stability is their peace. So when they press their body against yours at night, or rest their head on your shoulder, or tuck themselves into the small curve of your back, they're not only seeking comfort, they're saying, I know this rhythm. I trust this rhythm. I'm safest when I sleep in tune with you. There's a deeper layer to this, one most owners never think about. When you pass 50, your dog senses shifts in your body long before doctors or family ever do. Dogs smell biochemical changes, stress hormones, minor inflammation, changes in heart rate, even subtle variations in body temperature. They don't understand what these changes mean, but they feel them. And when something feels different, they get closer. Sometimes that closeness is love. But sometimes that closeness is concern. They're monitoring you, guarding you, keeping watch in a way humans have forgotten how to do. Because when a dog sleeps close, they're not fully asleep, not the same way you are. One part of them stays alert for you, tuned to your breathing, your movements, your stillness. To a dog, nighttime isn't just rest, it's responsibility. And as you grow older, they take that responsibility more seriously, even if you never ask them to. But before we go further, here's something most people never realize. The kind of closeness your dog chooses matters more than the closeness itself. If your dog curls tightly against your chest, it's not just affection, it's synchronization. They're literally syncing their heartbeat with yours. A bonding instinct rooted in early pack behavior. If they press against your back, it's trust without needing to watch you, complete surrender. If they sleep by your legs, it's loyalty with vigilance. They want to rest, but they're ready to move if you need them. And if they wedge themselves into the crook of your neck or shoulder, that's emotional protection. They're guarding your most vulnerable state, the moment you drift away from wakefulness. But there's a twist, and it's one the reference material hints at but doesn't explain fully. Dogs don't just respond to your emotional state shapes theirs. After 50, many people sleep lighter, wake more often, shift more, or lie awake thinking. Your dog feels every change, every sigh, every restlessness, and they adjust themselves around it. Sometimes the closeness increases because they're trying to soothe you. That deep exhale they do, that gentle huff, that slow melting sigh, that's canine regulation. They're calming themselves, yes, but they're also calming you. Dogs bond through breath. Their body tries to pull your energy down to a quieter place. Most owners don't realize their dog is doing emotional labor at night. Now here's where it gets more personal. After 50, life starts to feel a little different. You've lived enough years to recognize silence, loss, transition, and memory in ways younger people don't understand yet. Your dog knows this. They sense when your mind is heavier, when your bones ache a little more at night, when your breath has that subtle emotion woven into it, whether it's nostalgia, worry, or simply the weight of a long day. They move closer, not because they think you're fragile, but because your emotional frequency changes. Dogs are experts at frequencies. They sleep where the energy feels right. And if they're choosing your side, your warmth, your shoulder, your back, your pillow, it's because that's where their instinct tells them they're needed. But not every kind of closeness is comforting. Sometimes, when a dog suddenly begins sleeping closer than usual, especially pressing, leaning, refusing to leave your side, this isn't just affection. It can be anxiety, fear, pain, something unsettling them inside their own body or inside your home. Dogs use proximity to cope. If they're restless while staying close, panting lightly, adjusting positions constantly, waking more often, shadowing your movements at night, that's not bonding. That's a silent cry for help. Your dog doesn't cling without reason. If the closeness is new, intense, or desperate, it might be time to observe their daytime behavior. Are they eating less, more jumpy, more vocal, moving stiffly, avoiding certain rooms? Whatever they show you at night is always a reflection of something they felt during the day. But let's return to the closeness that is healthy, the closeness that makes you wonder what's really going on. There's a moment every night, right before your dog falls asleep, when everything becomes still. They circle once or twice. They adjust the blanket. They sigh. And then they settle, watching you for just a second longer than necessary. That moment is the one most people overlook. To you, it looks like nothing. To them, it's ritual. A nightly promise. I'm here. I'm staying. You're safe to sleep. Dogs don't end their day when the lights go off. They end their day when they know you're at peace. They memorize your breathing. They mark the shift between your awareness and your rest. That's when they allow their body to soften, because their job, their instinct, their quiet devotion is to watch over you until your world becomes quiet enough to release. And here's the part almost nobody says out loud. As you age, these small nighttime rituals start to mean more, not because you're weaker or less capable, but because you start to understand the depth of quiet companionship, the kind that doesn't demand anything, doesn't question anything, doesn't need anything except presence. Your dog becomes the keeper of your silence, your memories, your routine, your comfort. And in a world that often gets louder and emptier with time, that kind of presence becomes sacred. When your dog sleeps close to you after 50, they're not just sharing a bed. They're sharing responsibility, stability, emotion, instinct, history. A lifetime of moments they've watched. Your habits, your moods, your battles, your joys. They know you in a way humans rarely get to know each other, without judgment, without expectation, without words. Just breath, warmth, rhythm, scent, and trust. To them, sleeping beside you isn't a habit. It's gratitude. It's protection. It's the purest expression of loyalty evolution ever created. So the next time your dog presses close at night, don't think of it as just affection. Think of it as a conversation. A silent one, yes, but a powerful one. Every sigh, every twitch, every shift in the dark
Is your dog speaking in the language their ancestors perfected long before humans had beds? They're saying, "I'm safe with you," but they're also saying, "You're safe with me." And maybe, just maybe, that's why this kind of closeness feels deeper as the years go by. Because once you reach a certain age, love becomes less about the loud expressions and more about the quiet ones, the ones that don't need explanations, the ones you feel at 2 a.m. in the dark when your dog curls into your back as if the world outside doesn't exist. If this moment means as much to you as it does to your dog, take a second to like this video. And if you've ever wondered why your dog chooses your side of the bed every night, without fail, leave a comment telling us how they sleep and where they rest. Your stories help other dog lovers understand the language their best friend has been speaking all along. And don't forget to subscribe. There's a lot more